A few videos back, and I know you didn't see it, but I posted that I was going to do a skateboard. I went out and I ordered some blanks like this, and I just spent the last 5 hours putting this xenomorph and this skull on this skateboard. I've yet to do the final polyurethane spray, but I'm very, very happy with the way this turned out.
Skateboard is made out of wood, so it's very absorbent. I did find myself having to put this thing in the oven a couple of times to dry it out because my paint does tend to be a little bit sloppy. On this particular piece of work, I used ink, India ink. Sometimes with my other works, I will use thinned down Mars Black acrylic paint, but this I decided to go with the ink because I didn't think it would lift off. Sometimes if you use ink on board, well, not board, but on canvas, if you get it wet, it'll come up. And that's a problem. So I kind of got around that by using acrylic paint that's just thinned down. But I wanted to try the ink here because I like the way the ink wash works. And actually the acrylic paint wash works about the same. So here I am right here, and I'm just darkening in the pencil lines. This image was a copy of another painting I did that I photographed and I projected and put on the skateboard because I liked the way it looked. Right now I'm putting on about 50% ink wash because once I get my outlines done, I need to get the whole image dark enough that I can use highlights, and the highlights are what make your painting jump off the page. To the left there is a skull, and recently I've been doing a whole series of skull paintings. I thought it'd be really kind of cool if I put my xenomorph and a skull on the same canvas. Well, I guess the skateboard's a canvas, and it was a good opportunity here because the length of the skateboard gave me a chance to have them face towards each other. So not only was this fun to paint, the composition was kind of cool. So now that I have my ink wash on there, I start with my first layer of paints. This paint is a kind of a neutral blue-gray. It's not too light, it's not too dark, and I'm going to eventually darken it down and then lighten it up because the fun is in the highlights. So I've painted this painting before, and it's kind of funny because it was about 1.5 years ago I did it. And I had to remember exactly what steps I took to make this work. And once I got going, it was like riding a bicycle. I remembered all the steps. I'm just using regular acrylic paint here. It's just that blue-gray, and this blue-gray works excellent for this xenomorph. When you think about a xenomorph, you think about being black and shiny, but this blue-gray just works really good, especially once I get the shading put on it, which we'll get here to in a second. So right now I'm just blocking in color, blocking in all my blues, and this is the work part of artwork because I'm just, like I said, I'm blocking in colors, putting in the work, putting in the leg work, and off to the right and to the left I have all kinds of brushes, all kinds of paints, all kinds of stuff. Here you see I'm putting in my first layer of shading. All this is about a 50% ink wash I put over the paint. And I just personally love the way this looks. It's my favorite thing to do. I think ink wash is totally underrated. I don't know anybody else who does it. I just had to refill my ink bottle because I used so much of it. I had to get another bottle, and going to the sink and trying to dump that into the other bottle, I didn't do too bad. I didn't spill too much. I thought about if I had a drinking straw, I could put the straw in the bottle, put my thumb over it, and pull it out. But I could not find a drinking straw anywhere in the house, which is funny because usually I have plenty of them. So right now I'm adding my gray tones. Oh, now I'm starting my first layer of highlights. This is where the fun begins. The fun begins with making this painting. I will do several layers of highlights. So this is just a little bit of white added to that gray, blue-gray paint. So I'm kind of putting just how to describe this. I'm not putting in the super bright highlights, so it's more of a impressionistic type of painting right now. Right now I'm channeling the xenomorph. I've watched the Alien movies probably 100 times. I'll probably go watch it once I'm done with making this video, because I just like the image, the design of the xenomorph. It's just so fun to play with. All the little twisted little pieces of it. It's mechanical, biomechanical body. Here I am. I'm going to a next layer of highlights, and I probably do at least 3 on this thing. to make it pop. Making it pop is what makes it fun. I'm adding more highlights on that, which kind of looks like a hose, something you find under the hood of your car, but the Xenomorph has that, and it's a neat little design feature. So now I'm adding probably my second layer of highlights, and I'm making everything kind of stand out 3D, just a little bit more. And I'm kind of, just kind of waiting to the point I can put my polyurethane on this and make it shiny. I have yet to do that still. I have the can in the other room, but I haven't not sprayed it yet. I just didn't want to do that because if it caught the light right, it might just look a little bit too shiny. But I do want it to have that glass look. So maybe once I get that done, I'll add that to a different video. So now I'm putting on some outlines around the image. I did these on accident on the last painting. I just kind of did it, and I loved the way it looked, so I kept it. I'm putting some highlights on the teeth. The teeth actually have 3 different layers. There's some grays, there's some blues, there's the highlight white. You really got to make those teeth pop. There's my my messy little paint thing. So I'm adding some more highlights to the teeth right there. So more highlights. I think this is my final layer of highlights right here. I have to be really scarce with this. I can't put too much on. Too much highlights is going to make it look too bright. And those green little blobs there I'm putting on now, that is when the Xenomorph gets blown up and the little pieces of its guts go flying through the air. This is the other side of the painting, and like I said before, I've been doing a lot of skulls lately. So I have a reference photo for this, so off to the side, and I'm copying the way it looks. And I use a lot of reference in my stuff nowadays, almost exclusively. I won't really paint anything out of my brain. I used to, but I like the way things look more realistic if I use a reference. And I want my stuff to be outstanding, because if I'm outstanding, it's more likely you folks out there are going to like and subscribe to my work and go back and binge all my stuff. This here is fun. There's lots of people on YouTube who do what I do. I hope you enjoy what I do. Okay, here's the fun part. I'm doing the painting of the skull. It's kind of a sugar skull type of thing, but it's not, because it's my own thing. It's kind of more of I don't know if you say a tribal look. I don't know what a tribal look is. It's decorative. Let's put it that way. It's a decorative look. So I put all kinds of little dots and little curvy lines and all kinds of stuff. There's my red paint. The reason why I have red paint is because I'm going to go over this and add some color to it. I thought about using more green to complement the green on the other side with the Xenomorph. I thought, no, I'm going to use red, because red and green are opposites. At least I think they are. And I thought it would be more of a cool contradiction to put the red versus the green. So I have some blue in the skull. Oh, then here, this is the fun part. I put little white dots all over everything. So we're coming to the point where you got to see this thing. I have a picture of it at the end, so you got to stick with me till it's done, because this board's, it's long. It's hard to see the whole thing in one video. So I took a picture of it with my son holding it, and it's a neat thing. I have 2 more blanks to go, and I probably will make something else. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do. But please like this and subscribe to me. Subscribe. I'm almost at 100, and I need to have 100 subscribers. I do thank you for showing up here, and hang on here. I'm going to show you a picture of my son holding this thing right there. Isn't that cool? Wouldn't you like to own that, baby?
This is my 100 subscriber video. Congratulations to me. I've been doing this for 2 years. I finally reached 100 subscribers, which is a vanity metric. It doesn't mean a darn thing unless you ring the bell. But anyway, we're going to celebrate by you guys watching me draw this alien Xenomorph on this video. So just let it run, because it's a pretty dang cool video. Look at that. He's puking up some stuff. There's some white stuff. I don't know what that is. Maybe he ate an alien, and that's the alien milk blood. I don't know. But this video is going to be good. If you could subscribe to me, and not just subscribe, you got to ring the bell, or it's not going to make a difference. Because if you want to see the rest of my videos, you're going to need to ring the bell. So thank you for my 100 subscribers. I prefer for it to be 1,000 subscribers, but we're getting there. Thank you.
If you made it past the intro, let's get on with the actual drawing here. I have a Xenomorph that I stole from the internet, because I steal most of my stuff from the internet these days because it's just easier to do it that way. To me, the art is in the changing the process and making it my own. The creativity, the imagination that goes into making the artwork. So I took this original picture and I'm adding all kinds of things to it that was not on the original, which makes it fun. That's why I do art, because it's fun. I'm adding all kinds of little tubes, little knobs, little lines, all kinds of little hash marks, all kinds of fun things. So I'm using my 8B as in boy pencil here because it kind of looks like ink. I've been practicing using my ink with my actual brushes, but it's still a tricky thing. It takes a lot of practice. And if you follow my page, and you're probably not a regular subscriber, which you should be, you know I advocate for practice. Lots and lots and lots of practice. Why do you need to practice? Because if you don't practice, you're going to suck at this. And if you suck at this, nobody's going to want to look at your stuff. You know, people say nice things to you, and your grandma will want a copy of it, but that's your grandma. But then I shouldn't complain because nobody ever asks me for this stuff either. Well, that's not true. There's a couple of guys who like my stuff, and I plan to have one of them over here one day to do like a mini little podcast to talk about artwork. But I'm doing a Xenomorph, and if you've noticed my page, I do lots of these, lots and lots of Xenomorphs. And why do I do them? Because they're cool. And I only do cool stuff on this page. I don't do flowers. I don't do sunsets. I don't do puppy dogs. I don't do boring things. I only do things that will bite your arm off and rip it off and eat it. And that's true. I do sharks, I do monsters, and I do aliens. And there's a new alien movie coming out. And I'm not doing this just because of that movie. I'm doing it because it's cool. I just did a skateboard, and it's my last video, and you should go back and look for it. Because if you're into skating and you're into monsters and want to see some original artwork on a skateboard, you need to go look at that video. So, if you're watching, you're seeing I put a whole lot of interesting things into this little Xenomorph. Now I'm going with my ink washes. And one thing you're going to learn about me is I love my ink washes. I don't know why people don't use them all the time. I don't know why there's not a run at the ink market for people who are just use this stuff, but I don't think there is. I was up at this is an interesting story, at the art store looking at ink, and I noticed they made different colored inks. I thought, well, why would they make different colored inks for? Because they already make watercolor paints. Then I looked above the ink section, and it was a bunch of calligraphy pens. And all of a sudden it dawned on me, that's for people who do calligraphy. So I did not spend $5 for each of the inks. I'll spend $5 for the black ink, because that's awesome. Ink's what they use in tattoos. Of course, they use colored, too. I don't know what kind of stuff they put in tattoo ink. Hopefully it's nothing that's going to cause your arm to fall off. So as you're watching this, I'm filling in all this fun stuff. This is a blast. I sit here and I just zone out. Normally I listen to my Alice in Chains or I listen to my Stone Temple Pilots while I'm doing this. I never listen to country music. Even though when this was going on, my wife was playing country music in the background, and it really kind of disturbed me a little bit. And I think I made some mistakes because of it, because I couldn't concentrate on what I was doing, because I can't stand country music. But anyway, I have to listen to my rock and roll because I'm a metalhead. And if you know anything about me, and I know you don't, because this is the first time you've been here, I record my own music. I got like 4 CDs worth of music on YouTube and on Spotify. I might put a link on there. Probably not, because you won't go look anyway. But I've got 100 subscribers. 100 subscribers. What does that mean? That means I'm working my tail off, and at least 100 people thought I was worth giving a little bit of a thumbs up to. Not ringing the bell. I know I have at least one subscriber who rang the bell, because he always makes comments. His name's Justin, I think. If you see this, Justin, give me a thumbs up and a nice comment. So I need more Justins in this world. Where are we at? We're putting in some second layer of darks, because I wanted this to have more than one value. I wanted to, I thought about just going with a straight up one tone, about a 40% gray, but I think I needed some 60% gray to really kind of drive this thing home, and to show you that practice, skill, and ability means something. I just did a big old diatribe about AI art and how much I hate it, and I think it's worthless and sucks. And if you use AI art to fire somebody, you should end up in art hell. And I truly believe that with all my heart, because there's something to be done with art on a human level. This picture was not my original picture. I stole it, and I that's fine. But look at this. You can watch me visibly paint this. It wasn't done by a computer. It wasn't done by an Apple II computer or nothing like that. It was done by me. Me. The original artwork, it may have been based on a photograph. I don't know. Somewhere in here, you may actually get to see the picture. Sometimes I accidentally put that in the frame. So, this is the part. Oh, this is a fun part. Fun. I got the white paint out, and I wanted him to look like he was puking his guts out, like he just bit somebody. So I got this white paint, and remember Ash from the original Alien? He had white, milky blood. Well, this is white, milky blood because he just bit Ash, or one of Ash's cousins or something. And that adds to the picture and makes it worth 10 times more than it was before I added that white, milky blood. And thank you for showing up, and please ring the bell.